Alright, so this is probably going to be one of my favorite episodes here. We got ourselves here a 1965 Ford GT40. This is probably uh, one of the neater cars that I've seen in this game, and it is in a Ford DLC that recently came out. I've been wanting to do this one for a while. I picked it out at a auction, as you can see, and he's needing a bit of work here. The body's in rough shape, everything's in rough shape. So, yeah, we're gonna make this thing shine. Get it track ready, or as good as I know how. Let's put it that way. First off, ooh, 2 grand. Oof. Okay. That. Oh wait, no. Almost did it twice. Good. Frame's in good shape now. So we're just gonna do the same thing we do with the other builds. We are going to just strip this thing bare and fix what we can, replace what we can't. And okay, so front clamshell literally has all the entire front body panels in one whack. That's interesting. No mirrors, apparently. At least none that were attached. Your clamshell and hello? Apparently that's it. Okay. Check our inventory. We do have a license plate. We're getting rid of that. And for let's see, the windshield. That's not going to get fixed. We can't fix it. We are going to. Uh-oh. Apparently we are missing the tail light. And those aren't going to get fixed either, so we'll get rid of those. The rest of this, on the other hand, should hopefully be able to fix this. There we go. Good. Come on. And there we go. Oh, one more. Neat. Yeah, and this is like the one time I'm actually going to go with the wild looking liveries if they have them. Because this is a race car. This is... I mean, people own these and drive them on the road, you know, occasionally. But this thing is built to be a dang race car. I want to make it look like it, too. We're not going to leave it with the original color. Oh, wait. Hang on. That front left door didn't get... Apparently must be too far gone. See if we can at least put that on. Put that on. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna have to get a new one. That sucks. But it'll be easy to find. Let's see. Here? New. This one might be a little more interesting here. Let's check the regular shop here. Oh, here we go. Whew. Got worried there for a second. Okay, so we go ahead and get rid of that because we know we need both. The windows missing, so we'll put those on. Front window, windshield, right tail light, left tail light, right headlight, left headlight, and it looks like we're missing the left and right side mirrors, so those are going to go on there too. That should be everything on our list. Minus the license plate, of course. I was like, this should have side mirrors on it, and it does. I just misjudged where they were. They actually have them on the body itself instead of the doors. Oh, right. I still need to get the... I was forgetting something. Get the taillights in. And we'll get this front left door window. Right, because we can't do the front left door. Because for some stupid reason, I didn't buy one. We have one now. Sorry, my voice is a little scratchy. I did a really long stream yesterday, and my voice is still kind of wonky from it. All right. Okay, so the license plate should be the only thing left. We'll do that here right now. Let's see. Custom plate. I wish we could just type it in. That'd be really cool. Let's see. I think I'm just going to go with my standard issue license plate I do for most of these builds. There we go. There's no front plate, I don't think. We'll just buy just the one. Should be it on... Okay, body's 100%. Alright, let's get this over to the paint shop. Alright, we kind of went with that color with the previous car. What kind of liveries do we have? Please tell me we've got some nice ones. Nope. 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 Wait, seriously? No, 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 no. Are you telling me they don't have... Because there's stripe pattern number 1, number 2. And there's that. They don't have the libraries I wanted. I probably should have checked that before stream, or for the recording, but... I'm kind of digging that Kelly green, though. Too purple. Too dark. Done that one before. Alright, let's paint that. They don't have any race car liveries out of the box for this thing? Man. I am actually mildly disappointed by that. But she is looking pretty sharp. These tires are going to need some work, but we'll get to that part. See how it looks outside. It's not bad. Maybe we could go with like a... I don't want to do anything too gaudy, but... Get this back to the paint booth. I've got an idea. Try something different here. Nope, nope, nope. Metallic, please. Thank you. Let's do that. I wanted something with a little bit lighter color, give it a bit more contrast. Alright, I think I could live with that. Send this back outside here. Yeah, I'm digging that a little bit more. Okay, so we'll move her inside. We'll get the exhaust and the rims done, so we basically all the external facing stuff. And then maybe get the interior finished, because it looks like we're missing a driver's seat. And get a couple of screenshots that will make for some good thumbnails. Okay, so let's get this thing up near, shall we? Alright, let's have a look. Or not. Let's get the, at least get the rims and the tires all fixed up. Forgot the exhaust goes over the engine, not under it, so I'm used to going at it from underneath, and apparently you can't do that with this car. It's got that like two-piece exhaust thing that's like pretty complicated looking. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get these separated. Kind of bummed out by the fact that you can't actually put any racing liveries out of the box. Like, I could probably go find mods on the workshop for it, or from some third-party site, but I was kind of hoping for the stuff to actually be part of the DLC, but maybe I'm doing it wrong. Yeah, feel free to correct me in the comments. Or provide suggestions. You know, that'd be even more helpful. Alright, so let's see if we can fix the rims. And, okay. Here's one. And two. Alright. This thing's got some big tires on it. Okay, so the rims are good. We just, ooh, these are fat. 315/60. Alright. Shopping list, thank you. And just for reference, 315/60. 315 60 R15s. Yep. All right. Put these back together. I at least want to take her out on the speed track, but we may or may not end up taking this on the racing track too, depending upon how it handles. All right, there's one. There's the other. Yeah, if any, like I said, if any of you ever watched that one Matt Damon Ford racing movie, you've seen this car. And plus, they've been all over, you know, gearhead magazines and websites for decades. Darn beautiful car. Built for one thing and one thing in mind, going as fast as possible. I guess that's kind of one of the other things about this game that kind of interests me so much is like, not only do you... Okay, one of the things I've been, my family noticed with me very young is I like taking things apart and learning how they work. And granted, I know this game does not do like a one-to-one, matchup of a real-life mechanic, but it still scratches that itch of being able to take stuff apart, fixing things, and putting them back together. Although, to be fair, this does make it much easier than real life to actually fix things. Like, imagine if it was this easy to fix rims in real life. Just saying. Ooh, got those. Excuse me. Yeah, 265/60s. Good thing I did these two at a time. Same model of tire, just a little skinnier. A little bit smaller, rather. Yeah. So anyway. Get those. Oh, wrong switch. Oh, we're already here. Except I need... rid of that. 265/60. We need two of those. Alright, let's verify. 265/60 R15. Okay, looks good. Go ahead and get rid of the old tires now. And clear the shopping list. Let's get these new tires mounted. Oh, I said mounted. There we go. Get them mounted, and then we'll put them, or get them balanced rather, and then we'll get them mounted. All right. We'll get these on there, and then we will get the suspension piece out from the engine compartment and, or the exhaust piece from the engine compartment, and then we'll take a couple of screenshots. One of which, like I said, will end up as the thumbnail for this episode. I found those make the video more appealing on the channel, rather than just having the thumbnail be auto-generated by YouTube. Something I've learned while doing this stuff. Okay. So let's bring this back down to earth here, shall we? Alright. Maybe. Accessible from engine bay. So you literally have to take the... Really? Okay, I thought maybe it would hinge or something, but... Oh well. Okay, so we got the rear muffler. Oh, right, I was just like looking at it, it's like, why the hell do I have all... Oh, right, because we had to take the freaking... Alright. I'm good. I'm still trying to get my caffeine brewing here, so bear with me. Want... Here. Tune up. Shopping list. Okay. Nice little performance boost there. First of many, hopefully. Get the new one installed, so we have the fancy one sticking out the back. Now we get to throw everything back on. Just got popped off. That's gonna be interesting when we go to rebuild the engine. We're gonna have to be very selective with our angles with the screenshots, I think. Alright, let's move it outside again. This thing is, a lot of it's exposed to the outside, and so it's showing more internal parts than some of the other cars that I've worked on. Okay, we need to go that way. And then we can... There we go. Screenshot number 1. I'm going to do this one from more of an odd angle here, just because we're trying to hide some of the other stuff we haven't replaced yet. There we go. Good to go. Sorry, I was trying to do something with my phone there. Alright. So... Okay. I typically use the front shots anyway to do the thumbnails. That's what I've been doing for the last couple of videos. Alright. So... the engine, let's go ahead and get that exposed. Looks to be in reasonable shape for the most part. We're gonna need to get... Oh gosh, we're probably gonna have to go ahead and remove the the whole exhaust, or at least this part, the literal exhaust. I'm in the engine bay, sweetie. There. Okay. So we're gonna have to go under to get, even though it's accessible right there. Kind of. Alright. We're gonna have to pop this thing in the air anyway to get the oil drained, because it looks like it's got an intact oil pan. Come on. There you go. Wow, this actually had most of its oil left. Then again, this wasn't a barn find. Suppose I shouldn't be that surprised. Get, oh shit, we gotta get the wheels off first. Okay. So let's get the drive shafts out of there. Going to be fixing or replacing those anyway. Okay, there's that. Probably need to, yeah, we're going to need the gearbox off. Go ahead and do that, since we're in a good spot. Alright. It should mean we should be able to get the cherry picker over here and get that engine out. Yeah, this is like a typical sports cars type setup where we're gonna have four-wheel independent suspension. Rear, in this case, it's a rear engine drive, much like the Lambo clones that we were working on recently, and didn't be too bad. Doing on inventory here. Let's see if I can fix these guys up before I pull that engine. See what parts we can fix up. Oh, there goes that. Nope. Got lucky on that one. Phew, okay. I thought I was going to lose that starter, but not a big deal if we did, but still. So let's get this over to Bay 1 and give me that engine. Thank you. We're only seeing percentages for some of it, but I imagine most of this is pretty rough shape. We're going to make this thing scream. We're going to try to put all the kind of performance parts that we can find for this in there, and then we're just going to, yeah. I can't wait to, I can't wait to even try to get this on an engine dyno, because hopefully we'll get a fair bit of power out of this. How much was this from the factory? Let me check here. 335 horsepower and 332 pound-foot rather. So yeah, it's not a bad not a bad engine for this size of car. Let's see, do we need anything with the inventory first? No, all this stuff's 100%. That's already a performance part, so okay. Let's start tearing into it. Oh, you gotta take the air trumpets out one at a time. That's ew, look how grungy some of that looks. We're gonna make this thing shiny and new. We're gonna basically pull everything apart, do the same thing we did with the previous builds. Strip it down to the engine block and the crankshaft, fix those two up, and then build the whole new engine on top of it with all new parts. Granted, it's probably kind of the long way of doing things, but it's fun. Provides good content. Oh, that's a lot of bolts. All right. Get the ignition system out of here. Up, up, up. Nope, nope, come on. Little clips are hard to get to sometimes. Come on. Give me the distributor, thank you. What is one rusty bolt? Right, so we got the head covers off. Let's get these spark plugs on this side. I'll get the other ones when I go back and do the rocker arms. Go. Push rods out. Alright, let's do the same for the other side. Okay, let's get the rod that could focus. Get the rest of the push rods out. Yeah, once you get past all the little fancy bits and bobs on the outside, it's pretty much or something closely approximating like one of their bog standard V8s in the game. I mean, of course, with the tweak for, the fact that it's, Ford specific parts. Let's see. Alright, so we got one more rusty bolt and then we got this other head off. Yay, alright. Get the, all the clutch parts off. Okay, now we can focus on the front. What are you hung up on? Oh. Nah. There we go. You know what's weird is like they had, for some of the cars that weren't DLC, weren't tied to a specific DLC, they had racing liveries for them. When you're looking at some of the previous builds I've done on stream, at least, you could see that they've got we've got the We're at the arm. Get this on its side. We'll get that oil pan off. But yeah, like I said, some of the regular cars have all kinds of racing liveries, but why not this one? You would think the car that's basically like the centerpiece of, or what I think is the centerpiece of this DLC, and it doesn't have it. Seems kind of, yeah, kind of weird. Slowly working our way down here. Getting all the rod caps off and the bearing caps. Like all this stuff, like I said, everything except for the crankshaft and the engine block are getting replaced. And that crankshaft is just 43%. Yeah, it's in rough shape. All right. Okay, so that's all fixed up. Right. Goes back on the stand. All right. There's the start of a whole new engine. You know, and the block is 100%. Crankshaft's 100%. And we'll get everything else put on there. But first, so sort by condition. Basically, we're selling everything from, I guess I could probably just set it to 90, like I always do. I'll get rid of everything but the good stuff. All right. So we're going to do basically the same way that we've been working on previous rebuilds, previous engine rebuilds. And we're just going to create ourselves a shopping list. And just build this thing one layer at a time. Did we get the flywheel? Yes, we did. Okay, good. All right, let's go shopping. Flywheel's a performance part. Good. We'll go ahead and take care of that. Get 8 pistons with conrods. Okay. And coil B. Camshaft. U. Fuel filter. Yes, please. None of this is performance, so we'll go there. We got to get the piston rings anyway. Okay. 3 crankshaft bearing caps. Oil filter. And bracket arm. Okay. Let's start putting stuff on. All right, let's get these pistons installed. Come on, there we go. Got the bearing caps, so we'll go ahead and put those in. I think that's everything. Yeah. Let's get next round ordered. Okay, got a clutch plate. 8 rod caps. Cam gear, alternator, distributor. 2 engine heads. I think that'll be it for round 2. Let's just check, see, yeah, because I know the clutch plate's a performance part. Rod caps aren't, cam gear isn't, alternator is, so go ahead and buy that. Distributor, yep, got you. 2 V8 Ford specific engine heads. Okay. Hang on. Clicked out of the box. Alright, let's buy the rest from the regular shop. Boom. Good old-fashioned cam gear. Let's get these rod caps on first. Once we get the oil pan back on, we'll get the engine straightened back out, and it'll be a little bit easier to work on. I mean, technically we could do the rest of the rebuild with this on its side, but I just make it awkward. No sense overcomplicating things. Alright. Get the clutch plate on there before I forget. You could tell it's a performance part because it's red. I'm just kidding. It goes along with like the old joke, like you paint the car a certain color, it adds like 10 or 15 horsepower. I know it obviously doesn't, but kind of been a bit of a running joke for people that I guess aren't exactly that enthused with, you know, hot rodding their vehicles. All fresh new bolts. That's one thing I'm very much glad that we don't have to fuss with buying or trying to do anything with other than, oh hey, we leveled up. Like we don't have to go out and buy them. Like, oh, we're gonna need 10 bolts for this, 5 bolts for that, 10 bolts for this, blah blah blah. No, thankfully they don't make you micromanage the game that much. Okay, so that's all the parts for that round. Let's get all that ordered. And that, and that. Get the pressure plate first. 2 exhaust manifolds, which these are some really elaborate designed exhausts on here. I mean, I know kind of why they do it like that. It just looks weird. There's a lot of engineering work went into making those look like that for a very specific reason. Okay. Yeah, neither one of these are performance parts, so we'll just go back over here. Pick those up there. Not quite what I wanted to do. There we go. There you go. That's better. I can still get to the... Oh, okay. Yeah, I can still get to the spark plugs. Good. I'm hoping to see if it's anything like some of the other vintage cars I've worked on the at least the non-DLC ones. When we tend to get somewhere around 60, well, no, almost 70% increase in both torque and horsepower. So it'll be interesting to see if this bucks the trend at all. I don't think it will, but who knows? Oh, wait. Almost forgot him. Okay. So we're going to need like a timing cover and 4 carburetors and 16 push rods. Up, 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 up. Don't need an engine head. We need push rods. I didn't have it quite centered. There. 2 for each valve, basically. Alright. Else up front? Oh, ignition distributor. Okay. Think that's going to be good for this round. Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and get some parts ordered. That's not a performance part. These very much are. We're going to need 4 of those. Let's see. Clutch release bearing. You're not a performance part either. I think this is the only one we had left. Distributor cap. Go. And the rest of this is all just standard parts. And there's your timing cover. 16 push rods. And a clutch release bearing. If I could say that right. Before we forget, make sure we get those clips put on there for the next round. Don't want to get all the way through the build and realize I'm missing a couple of parts. Has happened before. Oh, right. I forgot the... We'll get the spark plugs on the next round. Ain't gonna hurt nothing if we don't get them in right away. We do need them in there if we expect to go very far, but we're still rebuilding things, so... Yeah, one thing at a time. Alright, that's 2. Wow. This engine's starting to look really nice. Oh, clutch release bearing. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, we're gonna have a bunch of tiny parts here to order here in a second. So Got the clips for the distributor cap already there. So crankshaft pulley, water pump. I need 8 of these, 16 of these, and 8 of those. I don't imagine how much it costs to rebuild one of these engines for a GT40 in real life. Probably more than I've ever made in my lifetime. Well, in a year anyway. Maybe not a lifetime. We got our shopping list. Yep. Alright, so what do we got here? Those are... the trumpets are not a performance item. Okay. Good to know. I think the only thing that's a performance part in here then is the spark plug. Again, not much of a performance improvement, but still an improvement. Oh, these are standard parts. Okay, that's interesting. Get the clips ordered first. Crankshaft pulley. Water pump, thank you. Air trumpet, we need 8. $16 rocker arms. Alright. Tell you what, let's get these on there first. Alright, let's get these clips on. They're easier to do when we don't have the wires in the way. There we go. Shaft pulley, got the water pump. Alright. That should leave us with these. Get the rocker arms put in. I would love to be able to take a ride in one of these in real life. That would actually, that sound like a lot of fun, to be honest. Alright. There. Cover A, cover B. I think we're good on the back end. Yeah. Okay. What do we got here? Got the water pump pulley already. Or no, we don't. Damn it. We can get that back on there. I was thinking that was from the previous round of parts buying, and it wasn't. Get the head covers first. There, head cover B. And water pump pulley. There we go. Looking good so far. I may end up actually redoing the screenshots because I just realized I did them with the seats missing, or one of the seats missing. So the screenshots end up looking a little bit different in the thumbnail. That's probably why. A little bit of a heads up there. How are we looking here? Okay, doing good there. Let's see. Got you. Got you. Wires are definitely a tune-up item, so go ahead and get those there. I think that's it. I like it. Very pretty. A lot of detail on that. Those exhaust manifolds. That's just amazing. Trying to get that maximum amount of flow through there, you know? Least amount of constrictions possible. Damn. Alright, let's grab the engine and get it back in there, and we'll finish up the rest of the engine compartment, make sure it's got everything it needs, and then we'll button it back up and do the suspension in the front, and we're good. Oh, that in the interior, and redo the screenshots. We'll do this. I'll do the screenshots after the episode, so we're good there. All right. Things green, 100% across the board. Yipper. All right. Birdie. I don't care what anybody says. So looks like we got a couple of things from here. We're gonna just go ahead and yeah. I didn't drain it first, so freaking sue me. Probably need to do that with these guys up here for the other fluids. Assembly. We could probably go ahead and get the gearbox in. At least get the muffler put on, because that's not going to interfere with anything. Get a new that and a new that. Oh right, I forgot this thing had the side-mounted fuel tanks. Yeah, we're definitely going to need to replace those. One thing at a time. One thing at a time. Let's see. Go ahead and get those parts before I forget. That's an electronics. Buy this at least. And go over here to this department and get that. Generic lead acid battery. There. And go ahead and fill that back up, even though we could do it later. It's weird that they've got like half the stuff split up between the front and half to the back. Okay. Might go ahead and get the oil put in here too while we're back here. There we go. Anything else we're missing? Except for, we're going to get the gearbox on here in a second. I just want to do a quick run through the back end here. I want to make damn sure I don't have to take the back clamshell off again. It's got a bunch of extra stuff attached to it, and it's not so bad taking it. Okay. It didn't blink out on this recording, but for some reason my screen went black there for a second. It was weird. Anyway, on with the show. Yeah, we're gonna get you up in the air so I can get this gearbox back on. Get the starter reinstalled. I'm not gonna put the drive shafts back in because, well, we're gonna be redoing the suspension anyway. Let's see. This one. It's weird. It's done that before on my. It could be the thing with the monitor. I'm not sure. Something goes on every so often that just makes this monitor just kind of blink out. I'm not sure why. What else we got? Get rid of the old battery and the old power steering reservoir. Do one final check of the engine compartment. Make sure we're not missing anything else. No, except for the drive shafts, we're not missing anything. Alright, let's, guess we can go ahead and put the cover back on. That gets us down to just the wheels and the drive shafts. Good. Cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and take care of that, actually. The normal mode. And we're going to disassemble the interior. Okay. I'm assuming it's going to be identical seats for both. If it's not, we'll find out very quickly. Come on, click out of the box. There we go. Interior, symbol mode. Yep, identical seats. Kind of figured as much. Back to normal mode. Not what I wanted to see. I wanted to see that. Alright, so we have body, frame, and interior at 100%. So now we're just down to the rest of the parts. Very nice. Okay, so let's fuss with the gas tanks. Part dismount. Right, because it's still got the pump in it. You have your pump in you. No. Standard fuel pump, E and B. Okay. Let's buy some stuff here. The pump I know is a performance part. Previous experience. I don't think these are. Yeah, I didn't think so. It escaped one too many times there. Our parts. We'll take C. Tank B. There we go. Back to assembly mode. That in there. There. And performance fuel pump. Alright, she's got fuel now. So before we take care of the suspension, I want to get the front stuff looked at. So we're going to have to pop the front clamshell off. And we're going to need to drain those guys, replace the radiator. Are we missing any other parts? We are not. Thank goodness. We could do this the easy way, we could do it the hard way. Let's just do it this way. To drain tool. That emptied. And get that empty. Just so we don't incur the wrath of the fines like we did with the power steering. Alright, get these out. And now we can get a fan housing and the radiator out without making a big mess. Alright, so let's check our inventory. How many of these can we fix up? Because none of these are performance parts. Did that give us everything? Everything except the coolant reservoir, which apparently is too far gone or just can't be repaired. We'll buy that. The rest looks like we did good with it. Okay, good. That'll save us a few steps. Alright, main shop here. Coolant reservoir, please. Thank you. Alright. Assembly. Back up, back up. You. That. That radiator back in there. Fan housing, everything's back to 100%. And now we can back to this mode, and we're going to fill the thing with all new fluids. Come on. There we go. Put in the forbidden milkshake, aka the brake fluid. Alright. Top off or fill up our washer fluid, and then we're good to go on the fluids, I think. I think that's everything. If we go back to assembly mode, at least in the engine compartment, we're not missing anything. So, we're going to go ahead and put the clamshell back on. Get the headlights put back in and the side mirrors. Alrighty. That gets us back to where we were before. Okay, so front and back compartments are done. Engines rebuilt. Interiors 100%, bodies 100%. So now we just work on the suspension parts and we're good to go, I think. Go ahead and get this rear suspension taken care of first, and then we'll focus on getting everything up front taken care of. I believe the suspension on this isn't too bad. Like, why is none of this coming apart? I keep forgetting that bearing's back there. Alright, let's do the same to this other side. Oh, got in a hurry. Let's get these suspension arms off. That's all the rear suspension parts. Now we get to go order stuff. Once we get everything... Oh, right, we need to take the double wishbone suspension stuff apart. Almost forgot. Right. So pretty much anything that's not 100%, we're going to go ahead and order brand new. All right, sell parts. Okay, got ourselves a pretty lengthy list here. Now work our way down that. Couple of brake discs. Eight rubber bushings. Shock absorber caps. Wheel hub bearings. Rubber suspension arms. Two rear axle knuckle covers. Shock absorbers. Two rear springs. Been good so far. This car was fairly complete. Thank goodness. Sorry, I try to focus on too many things here at once, not just the recording. So bear with me here. Okay, that's everything. Okay, let's get... Sorry, I keep getting pinged by people. Do that and then do this. Oh, it's like way zoomed in. Couldn't see that other... Oh, right, I need to... Getting scatterbrained here. Apologies. Forgot to put the new assemblies together. It was awkward. Okay, just about done with this side. Got this pretty well nailed down over here. All right. Almost there. All right. Get the brakes on and get the tire, and then we'll be done with the back end. Okay. All right, let's get the suspension off. Once we get this front suspension redone, we should be at 100% part condition. I guess we'll see when we're done. Yeah, she's looking a little rough around the edges here. The rest of the car's looking great, though. I mean, compared to where we started, yeah, dude, it's a million miles away. All right, this other side apart. Maybe. You do it the right way. All three are rusty. Are you kidding? Okay. Here. Get that off there. Nope. Got a step. Come on, come out of there. Thank you. That's everything off the front end. Now we could go take the assemblies apart for the front, like we did with the rear suspension. Tried to do it a third time. Shouldn't have been surprised it didn't work. Alright, so like I said, we're doing the same thing we did last time, so everything below 100% is getting... Actually... Gonna do a bit of a departure here, see what all we can fix. And whatever's not 100% after this, we'll order that, and that hopefully should cut down on our amount of time I'm spending, you know, buying stuff. The engine with the number of performance parts, you know, I can understand taking time to, you know, buy the stuff brand new. But this is like, none of this stuff is going to be replaced by performance parts, so I figure it might be worth just trying to fix up what we can and toss what we can't and buy new. It did us some good. Kind of. Alright, so... hang on. I just wanted to double check something. Right. Alright, so we sell everything that's 90 or below. Boom. Alright. Let's go buy stuff. I'm gonna cut down our list a little bit. So 2 shock absorber caps. 2 brake pads. 2 inner tie rods. 8 rubber bushings. Front sway bar. 2 front springs. Wheel hub bearings. 2 wheel hub caps. 2 front end links. And 2 outer tie rods. Double wishbone shock absorbers. Thank you. And 2 ventilated brake discs. Before we do anything else, let's get the assemblies put together so we don't forget that again. Get to it. First things first, steering rack, sway bar, and steering knuckles. Knuckle covers. And that. The upper arm. And get the shock absorber wishbone suspension thingy in there. Yes, I called it a thingy. So sue me. Alright, brand new bearing, disc cap, pads, and caliper. You are missing something. Ah, the outer tie rod. Get the upper arm on there, and done. Get out our tie rod so we don't forget that. Brakes slapped on. Check our inventory. Inventory is empty. And let's check the condition. 97%. Right. Oh, let's check the parts list. Somebody's either missing or... Oh, they are missing the fuses. That could be why. Yeah, there was something we were missing there. Where are they? Okay, so that now we get to hunt for where did they hide the fuse box thing. Get up higher. If I were a fuse box on a 60-year-old car, we'd expect it to be either near the engine or near or up in the front somewhere. Normally I don't have this kind of trouble finding stuff. Where the blazes are you? Like, this is actually kind of embarrassing, but I'll leave it in the video anyway, because this is kind of odd to have. Ah. Hid behind the battery. Clever. Means we gotta take the clamshell off again, which, that's okay. I wonder I couldn't find it. Way back here. Having one of those days, I tell you. Box base, fuse box cover, and all the fuses. Okay, so we're gonna need to go to electronics. Base B. Cover B. Relay type A's. Right, because I did the battery. I got in a hurry earlier when I did the battery and didn't bother to look behind said battery. Fuse type C. Type A. Relay type C's. Relay type B. Thank you. That's a first for me. Usually I'm better at finding that thing. But then again, it's also placed in a arguably better spot on other cars. Like along with some of the stuff in the front if it's a rear engine, or it's at least not hidden anywhere. But, you know, we figured it out. Alright, let's get the clamshell back on. At least in the grand scheme of things, that was a minor screw up, but Shows you not even YouTubers are perfect. We forget things quite a bit. Alright, let's check your parts condition. 99. The washer reservoir 56. I thought we replaced that. Must have just drained it. Oh, I drained it, but I didn't remove it. Oh, easy enough to replace. That. And we'll get ourselves a brand new one here in about 5 seconds. What I get for being in a hurry. There. Assembly mode. Put that in. And go here. Fill it back up. Because the key thing here is I want to try to get all these cars to like 100% condition on everything. Back to assembly mode. That on there. That. There. And there. Alright, and that should be it. Yep. There we go. A little bit of things I forgot because, like I said, I was in a bit of a hurry trying to get this done, but I wasn't sure how long this was going to take me, so. Alright, let's get her. Before we do the dyno, I want to get things aligned. So that headlight's pointing off in some random direction. Okay, that one looks good. And that one was pointing off in the same random direction. Guess it's not random, but you know what I mean. There we go. And all right, time for the moment of truth here. Get this over to the dyno room, and we'll see how we did. Like I said, it's got all new performance parts on the engine, or at least as many as I could put in there. It's got performance exhaust on it, which isn't saying much because it ain't very long. But everything's mint condition. Basically factory 100% condition. So there's the numbers that we saw from earlier. This is where we're starting out at. Let's see where we end up. Come on, you can go. Small block 289. Kind of on the low end, but still pretty impressive. 551 horsepower at 529 pound-foot of torque. Considering this is a 62-year-old car. Not too shabby. Alright, let's get you outside. Just go ahead and do the updated screenshots while I'm out here. There we go. Perfect. Okay. That's our mystery car that we're going to be doing in a later episode. Another vintage car. Some sort. We'll be working on that one in due time. A few episodes from now. All right, we're gonna take this at the very least. We're going to we're going to take this thing out on the speed track and see what kind of speed we can get out of it. All right. Listen to that engine. All right. Ready? Off we go. Come on, grip, you bastard. Get in there. That's about all we're going to get out of her. Yeah. $153 still pretty respectable. I thought about taking it around the racetrack, but I'm not that talented going around that with this. So I don't want to keep this. Let's check the value. Alright, so like I said, we got it from the auction place at for $54,600. And looks like we're making about $106,000 profit if I was going to sell it. I've been looking forward to building one of these since I saw that DLC, so I think I'm actually going to keep this one. If I find any in the future, if I want to do another build, I'll probably sell that one. But yeah, this one's a keeper, just for, if nothing else, sentimental value. Let's send you parking. And the only thing I have in the parking right now is my personal Ford F350 in the game, and now a GT40. So we got ourselves a collection going on. Like I said, let's kind of go over what we're going to be doing next. Speaking of Ford F350s, move you over here so I can get a preview of, you know, future events here. Move to A2. So the next episode, unless I happen to come across anything in the next, you know, hour or so, we're going to be rebuilding this from the ground up. Mainly because I want to see like how much we can get it, you know, upgraded. As you can see, it's missing half its tires. It's in like 2 or 3 different colors, depending upon which way you look at it. Not sure what color I'm going to paint it yet. We'll figure that out in the next episode, but this is what we're going to be making next. Then we've got a Del Rey Winchester. I like the front end on it, and I hadn't built one of these up before. Got this one for a song and dance. I mean, it's almost $7 grand. I mean, it was just dirt cheap, but she's going to need a boatload of work. So this guy, I think I paid something like 29 grand, considering I paid 120 for the one at the salon, basically the car dealership in this game. It'd be interesting to see what this one turns out. If we don't get anywhere close to 120 on it, I'd be very surprised. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching. Smack that subscribe button, whatever the kids are saying these days, and we'll see you in the next episode.